What's up, people? Today, I actually want to come and talk about some things I've actually encountered online. And one of the most famous things for me is people that go to my site or go to the channel or listen to the podcast, and the first thing they say is, okay, you're not an attorney. You're not a lawyer. Quit giving legal advice. You're a jailhouse lawyer. And my response to all of them, all of the time, is whatever I am, does it change the Supreme Court decision? And if anything that I'm posting is wrong, post the correct thing. I never get responses to whatever is supposed to be the correct, since whatever I'm posting is wrong. And since I'm posting the jailhouse lawyer type thing. But what I want to talk about today was the fact that, jailhouse lawyers have the highest, I'm going to say it again, the highest, outside of Harvard graduates, the highest rate of winning. Now, when you're talking about jailhouse lawyers, you have to understand what it is and why they're successful. That's why when you look at Harvard and Yale attorneys or lawyers or counselors or firms or things of that nature, you look at and you wonder why they are so successful. And it's simply because they don't use statutes, codes, and ordinances. They use actual Supreme Court decision and also the Supreme Court decisions of the state they are in to fight their legal battles, because the law is the only thing that will exonerate you. And there are even instances of this president we had, and most people had no clue, is Abraham Lincoln was not an attorney, yet he represented hundreds of people in legal matters. He wasn't great at it, but he wasn't horrible at it. But the fact is, he did it, and he is not, or was not, an attorney. And also, it goes into having a license to practice law. Now, I'm going to get deeper into that section of it later, but you have to understand one thing. The bar card or bar association card is not a license. It is only a membership card stating that your dues have been paid and are current. So if anyone ever asks, are you a licensed attorney? Are you licensed for any of that? No, you're not, because a license comes from when money is exchanged and a contract is made and you become a client, because now you have the license or permission, because that's what licensing means, permission to represent someone else's interests. Now we're going to go into the lawyer aspect of it, or jailhouse lawyer. The one thing I want to bring up is actually codified in federal law is next friend. And what is a next friend? Simply a person who represents another person who is under disability or otherwise unable to maintain a suit on his or her own behalf and who does not have a legal guardian. So what that entails is a legal lack of knowledge of law and procedures qualifies as a disability and the inability to maintain a suit on your behalf. So when you're looking for help, you're looking for aid, next friend is one of the things that allows for you to have someone else represent your interests. But understand, when you do this, when you have and you choose your choice of counsel, You cannot use as an appeal, if you were to lose, the ineffectiveness of counsel, because that is the counsel of your choice. And nothing restricts him or her, because even if they are quote unquote unqualified, now they are still your choice to be your legal mouthpiece. And the second part of that is, you are above 18 and considered an adult, so have no legal guardian, but choose to exercise your legal right to counsel, not attorney, of your choice, because the Sixth Amendment protects the choice of counsel, not the quality. And that was just exactly what I was just saying, because people pick jailhouse lawyers. Why? Because they understand procedures. They study procedures. They understand law. Why? Because they understand statutes, codes, and ordinances are not law. They're safety issues. Now, should you abide by them? Most of the time, because they're not for general revenue generation, such as, hey, don't jaywalk, because like where I'm at, jaywalking will get you killed. Now, is it enforced here? Not in the least, because nobody cares for the most part. But it's also a good thing to be noted, because people do not look. You have a lot of folks that are on their cell phones and they're operating these conveyances and not paying attention. They're doing 100 other things other than operating it properly. And that's where these statutes, codes, and ordinances come into play. So, but that's for another talk. And then 3, for next friend, you will forego your appeal argument of ineffectiveness of counsel, because not choosing the bar card carrying attorney to represent your interests is that singular matter. Now, again, the second part of what I was saying, you can choose whoever you like to be your legal mouthpiece, but you lose out on secondary options if you were to lose. Okay, and also the last one, which to me is kind of nonsensical to, to to be as formal as possible, but they also cannot be an attempt to circumvent the jurisdictional limitations of Article 3 to which the court is operating. The next friend is only acting as a mouthpiece for the real party of interest. So basically, even if you have an attorney, the attorney is not accepting any of the punishment or reward, in the sense of they're only speaking on your behalf. Which is why when somebody yells jailhouse lawyer, that lets me know they have no idea what it is that they're talking about. Because I even had one police officer who stated that he was college educated and had taken criminal defense and all this good stuff, and he called me a hood rat attorney, but yet he could not dispute anything that I stated. And if you are someone that took up legal lessons and do not know the basic principles of law, that is sad, because that further goes to show that universities are not trying to educate you in the form of legal or lawful operations of your life. It's only to continue to make sure you follow directions and fall into place and continue being brainwashed into believing policy is law. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this because, again, this will be a great live show. But I want to leave you with this. Chandler v. Freitag, 348 U.S. 3. He has the right to be heard through his own counsel is unqualified. And unqualified in a legal term means unrestricted. And even in dealing with the court on small aspects, there is a means to which you can be heard to get your point across legally and be effective by it. So even if you don't have the legal means, you have the option that cannot be restricted by the state in being represented by who you want to represent your interests. Now, that's all I got today for the Supreme Conversation. I appreciate everybody that was donating, that is donating. Continue the donations. We got PayPal, we got Apple Pay, we have the Cash App, Venmo, Google Pay, and it's appreciated. We're growing, we're still moving, and look for the live show later on this evening, and I think I'll get deeper into this to make it easier for everyone. So that's all for today. See you guys later. Look out for the videos.